It is my honor to be the host for this kickoff event for Kristi Fulnecky. I've known this couple for some time. We had our days born in chili cook-offs and crawdad boils, but I've been impressed on the things that Kristi has done, and I was very surprised when she said she was interested in getting involved in local politics. Now, as you know, she was born here in Springfield, left for many years, came back, and has been an integral part of our community since she has returned. I think it's really impressive to find a young woman who has 6 children, who says, I'd like to be on city council, which is a job with no pay, and takes a fair amount of time. And she says, oh, this smile, and she says, I want to do it. So I think we're all here to honor that thought and to give a moment of time for her to speak of what she feels is important in her ambition towards the city of Springfield. It is my honor to present Ms. Kristi Fulnecky.
I'll wait for a second. I have no trouble yelling with 6 kids. That's all right. Thank you so much for coming, and I just want to recognize the Gaskos because they've touched probably every person's life in this room. They have given so much to our community, and you know, for a long time they've been involved in the arts, Mercy, pretty much any organization, nonprofit that you volunteered in, they've contributed to. So I just want to give a round of applause to the Gaskos for contributing. And I want to thank all the sponsors. I so much appreciate your support, especially this is the first race, and some of you I sat down with and had to ask you for money. Some of you I had to text because I was running out of time. So thank you so much for believing in me, even if you've only known me for 1 hour. It means a lot to me. And on your way out, we have gift bags, and all the sponsors are listed, so please take time to read all their names. And I want to honor a couple of guests here. We have State Representative Burlinson over here. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I know how busy you are in Jeff City. And I don't know if they want me to do this, but I was really excited to have the support of 2 wonderful mayors that we've had in Springfield. And we haven't had them together in I don't know how long. Tom Carlson right here, and Lee Canaway right here. I went and spoke to them. I didn't know them, and I'm very honored to have their support. And as you know, as Walt mentioned, this is a volunteer position, and they spent so many years and so much time, and we all thank you. So one more round of applause for you. I also want to acknowledge all the family, because we can't do it without our family. My husband Eric is here somewhere. He's a physician at Mercy. On the other side of this arrangement.
No mercy.
Here, Bill and Karen Crittenbrink. And also my in-laws, Kay Fulnecky, and then we have our out-of-town guests, the shopsters, right here in the front. And so Walt kind of gave you a little bit about my background. And, I'm originally from Springfield, and I went to school in Mizzou, and ended up in D.C. I got an internship with Senator Bond, worked on the Small Business Committee, so that really gave me an interesting perspective on how government worked, seeing D.C. and the way that politics is run inside the Beltway. So I guess that was about 20 years ago, and after I worked on the Hill, I got a job with the Department of the Navy as a technical writer and worked in science and technology. And after that, I was an attorney at Department of Interior. And so I've really seen, and Representative Burlinson, I spoke to a group last week about how people get excited about reducing the size of government, but then they get to DC and they see, wow, it's really big here. There's so many people that work here. So, you know, how do you make the government more efficient? So my main platform issue is making things more efficient. And originally it was being a business advocate. In addition to being an attorney, I went to law school in DC and Indiana. I own a construction management company. I'm a registered MBE, which is a minority business enterprise, women business enterprise in Missouri. So I'm Comanche Indian, and I'm also a female-owned business. So that's been a great industry to get into in construction, because you have contracts and that kind of thing. So I'm a very strong advocate for business and less regulation. But as I've been talking to business owners, they've been telling me, interestingly enough, we want to recruit businesses in Springfield, but we're worried about crime and some other issues that, you know, just came about from me talking one-on-one in meetings. So reduction of crime is, you know, another issue. And the city manager, Greg, he set up some meetings for me with all the different departments right now, which is really great, you know, as far as the time that those departments are spending with me, because I'm not elected yet, and I'm able to learn about all of the departments and divisions and what they do right now, so when I go into debates in January, then I'll be ready and prepared. And so, just so you know, I'm running in a general seat. I don't file until December. The election's in April. And I don't know who I'm running against yet, but I'm hoping I raise enough money where someone will not run against me. And just to be honest with you. And then as far as the community, I know some of you from volunteering. I was on the symphony board, and then I was chair of the Boys and Girls Town. We brought in Elizabeth Smart a couple of years ago at Juanita K. Hammond's, and I know many of you are on so many boards, and Rydell's here. I think they're on every board and every organization. But it was great when we brought Elizabeth Smart in, because when I met with Chief Williams, the chief of police, he said, I know you from that event, and I brought my police force to hear that speaker, Elizabeth Smart, and it really helped us with, you know, preventing child abuse and hearing her story. So thank you. And I thought, wow, it really does make a difference. You're not just volunteering your time, you're really making impact to the community. So I thought that was great. And as far as the fundraising goes, I mentioned fundraising, I'm happy to report that we started fundraising 2 months ago, and we've raised over $30,000 in 8 weeks. So that's been going great. So my campaign goal is $50,000, and I've had many talks with the chamber. Richard Ellis is over there. Thank you for coming. And they have recommended $50,000 to raise that. So if you feel inspired, we have laptops in the room. But that's my campaign goal. So some people, I just want to be clear on what that is. And so since this is my launch party, oh, and I forgot to thank a couple more people here. My campaign team, I have some great people. Angela and Kristi do the marketing and all the social media, which I am not sure how to do the tweeting, but I'm going to do that when I stand up here. They're going to help me. And my fundraising team, Faith Geed and Marie Shaw, are here somewhere, and so everyone knows them. Thank you so much. You can't do it without the help of the team. So, and then my husband Eric is going to help me do the unveiling, and it's a coincidence that we match this cloth and I match. And so we're going to do this here. Above my platform. Here we go. Yay. Here we go. Okay, and then this next thing, okay, everything's about social media now. So I'm sure Tom Carlson and McGann are looking at me like, what are you doing? But there's so much that's driven by social media now, just within the last couple of years. And so it's amazing, even the feedback we've gotten when you share something on Facebook, it will show you 2,000 people have seen it. And normally in a race like this, when your election's in April, you'll have 10,000 people vote for you. So to already reach 2,000 people in 2 days is pretty amazing. So if you want to gather here, we're doing a selfie. And we are going to put it on Twitter. And they're going to help me. So if you want to fill in here. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Mark. Come on. first tweet.
Always just tweet.
And so I was told, do not say twit, say tweet. That's what Angela said. Okay, so I'm doing my first tweet on here. And my first one is to the gracious people that have hosted this party. It's Walt Gasko's in a couple days, his 75th birthday. And that's my first tweet. So thank you for coming. I appreciate all of you, and have fun.